But we're at a stage now where we look back at the generation that's coming up.
Yeah.
And all we can see is a lot of negative. We're drawing a lot of negativity from the next generation. I think that's very dangerous.
Yes.
I think the media or narrative around young people needs to change.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show, and I've got Mr. McKenzie, Paul McKenzie, and this week we're finishing off the exciting journey as I delve into this gentleman who is doing a fantastic work within the community. And of course, I'm not going to say black community, I'm going to say community, because community spans a wide angle. Am I correct, Paul?
You're absolutely correct.
Good.
Yeah,
welcome back,
on.
sir.
Mate, it's a pleasure.
Well, I'm glad that you didn't go around doing some life-saving, but maybe that is even more important if you went to do
lifesavers.
We're lifesavers. Now, it's so funny you talk about lifesavers, because did a camera save your life? I did my research, Paul. I did something.
You went back.
I went back.
You went back.
I went back.
You dug deep.
Let's dig deep into Paul. Yes.
Did a camera save my life? A camera. I mean, if without a camera,
yes.
I don't think I'd be here now.
Yes.
So you must know what the story is.
Yes, someone. Yes.
I was in prison.
Yes.
And I was given the opportunity by somebody who I would least have expected to be the person to change my life and save my life. It was one of the guards who came up to me and asked me what I'm interested in, and he immediately identified that I wasn't like the others.
Yes.
And it was the most profound thing that ever happened to me. He literally waded through 30 or 40 other young boys and said to me, "What do you want to do with your life?"
Yes.
And I said to him, "Well, I'm like this." And he said, "No, well, actually you're not. What do you want to do with your life?" And he said, "I'm going to come back tomorrow and ask you." And needless to say, I didn't sleep all night, I didn't eat, I didn't do anything, went toilet millions of times wondering, what the hell is this guy talking about?
Yeah.
And almost like an epiphany struck. So the next morning, I was actually looking out for him. And as soon as he saw me and came over to me and said, "What do you want to do with your life?" I said, "I want to be a photographer." And when I was released, the first thing I did was ask my mum for a camera. And she was like, "Oh my God, you want a camera? But does this mean that you're not going to be doing this?" Because I was dragging my mum down. We were in a police station every week. It was ridiculous that time. And so she happily bought me a camera.
Yes.
And since then, and it's the old 35 mil, develop yourself. And I spent so much time doing that, that it basically carved a new path in my life.
Wow.
And this is why every young person I come across, I always introduce them to film or photography or ask them this exact same question that I was asked. Because people respond. "What do you want to do with your life?" "I want to be a drug dealer." That's a lie.
Yes.
Tell me the truth. What do you want to do with your
And the
life?
key question is, what is it that you want to achieve by being a drug dealer? Because there's always that end result. I want to take care of my family. I want to see, I mean, is that what you get?
I mean, generally what you do get from people when you ask them why they do that particular thing is they just want money.
Yes.
And so you've got to be, and that's a generalization.
Yes.
And what you have to understand is with any human, when you're communicating with them, they will always offer the generalization, but it's your job to go specific.
Yes.
So if somebody says, "I want money," you say, "What do you want it for?" And they say, "Well, I want to be rich." And you said, "How much does it take for you to be rich?"
Yeah.
And so it's always getting the brain thinking, and what you're doing all the time is you're drilling down to the root cause of why they do what they do.
Would you say, Paul, then, the art of being a coach, a mentor, a digger? I used to work at Madame Tussauds many years ago, and when they showed the planetarium, there's one thing they call there's something digger. There's a thing they call a digger, and they're showing a different style, but it's a digger. Your job is like a digger.
And it goes deep, deeper and deeper and deeper.
But then you open people up.
Yeah.
But what I'm seeing as well is that lots of people are just opening people up but can't close them, Paul. There's so many coaches around now, so many people doing things, Paul. Sorry, did I touch in a murky water there? What? I don't know.
This is. I mean, a lot of people believe they can affect change in people's lives, and you just said it exactly right. There's a lot of people that have been opened up,
yes,
and there's no solution. You cannot, if you're going to go down the route of a coach, you've got to be able to open and close.
Right.
And when I say close, you've got to be able to install new mechanisms.
Yes.
Because you can't leave a person open, and it's what a lot of coaches don't realize. You can be talking about motivation, offering people new keys to change your life.
Yeah.
But what happens when I've done that?
Yes.
You have to be at the other end to say, well, now let's close it with some new tools, some new key. You've got to be there. That's the key.
Paul, Dr. Paul. But you're more than a doctor, you're a mister, because guess what? I just saw this revelation now. I mentioned earlier before, when a doctor is at a high level, they are no more called a doctor, they are mister.
Yeah.
These doctors open people up. And they carefully, connivingly close them.
Yeah.
If they leave them open, Paul, what happened? Break it down.
There you go.
What will happen?
If you leave a wound open,
Yes.
you know, it becomes septic, it becomes infected, blah, de, blah, de, blah. You're going to end up losing a limb or your life.
Yes.
So,
Virus.
So metaphorically, if you open somebody up, and a lot of the work I do is opening people up. If you go and open up a young person and don't offer a solution, they're going to end up back on the street in a worse position than you left them.
And worse off again, yes, you may close them, but you could leave a scalpel inside.
So your exit is very important. And you know, part of the exit is rapport, you see. Once you establish rapport with somebody, you've got to, I mean, this is very technical stuff, and I'm sure you understand this. When you establish rapport with somebody, you've got to be able to get that rapport to a stage where you can manage it.
Yes.
Because it can either work in a way that person becomes reliant on you, but you've got to manage the rapport in a way that they're able to now move on without you, independent of you.
Paul, we were on the College Green at the House of Commons, and while we're there, the big space, that word came up.
The big space, yeah.
But another thing just came up now. I think when we get together, things always happen. Because Paul, what we're talking about, what you're talking about, is the whole act of a surgeon.
Yeah, that's a great metaphor. I love the metaphor. I'm going to use it.
It's a surgeon.
Because we're all surgeons.
We're all surgeons in a way.
We're opening and closing wounds.
But you're on the spot, Paul, not me. You're on the spot now. But what I can see, ladies and gentlemen, is, you know, okay, I remember when you're digging into that guy, said, well, why you do that, blah, blah, and the guy, to the point, he said, listen, let me go, you know. But you're digging in. The issues that you bring up, sometimes I don't have the time, and I look and say, and I come back later and say, okay, I just click a like, just say that, you know.
Done it again.
Yeah.
He keeps doing it.
But the point about it is that it is so important, it's crucial for people's lives. Yeah. They need a surgeon. I mean, there's a doctor. It's all over the news. Has done so many things with ladies. I think some plastic surgeon trying to fix. Fix what?
Apparently a problem that never existed anyway.
A problem that exists.
And this whole metaphor about a doctor is so poignant because how many people out there trying to fix problems that don't exist?
Narrative, Paul.
Narrative. Is there a knife crime issue?
Yeah.
Or are we trying to fix and create something that is potentially going to see a lot more stabbings and shootings on the streets? Because, you know, what happens is a lot of young people watch these videos and a lot of young people try to mimic.
I'm now thinking are there videos showing the success stories of the 70%, 80%, 90%?
You're going to have to search very, very hard to find them. There are a few platforms where you can see that. Young entrepreneurs, you know, ultra kids.
Guys like Julian,
doing amazing things. But you see, guys like that don't focus on the generalization. They focus on each child individually. And one of the things I used to say when I used to do school assemblies and talk to staff in staff meetings is that a child is never the behavior. A human being is never its behavior. It's just acting something out. And so why are you acting? Ask a young person, why are you acting like that? You say, oh, what do you mean? Because I'm bad. Explain what bad is.
Yes. You being Michael Jackson?
Yeah. Are you moonwalking? No, because I carry a knife. Why do you carry a knife? And so you start to drill, but you go backwards. Because what they're presenting is what they believe to be their reality. So you dig deep into their reality.
Now, okay, I got to get this. I always get this in with people. Brexit, politics, Trump, whatever. When these words are brought up to young people, what do they say? Are you going to vote in election?
They walk away. Does a young person understand what Brexit is? Are they interested? You know, is the narrative around it youth friendly? Not really. You know, young people are not interested in that, and they should be. You know, this is what we should be focusing on in teaching young people about politics, teaching young people where they where they stand in the world. Do you understand? What is the world going to be like when you're an adult, because you're the one that's actually responsible for your future?
And we're talking also about 18-year-old young people as well.
Yeah. What do? That we don't do that. You know, we feed them narrative that they can't. They're not interested in it.
When at the end of the day, in 20, 30 years' time, their peers of the same age group are going to be in the palace of power, whatever, doing things that directly or indirectly affect their lives.
So it begs the argument about agenda. You know, we spoke about the Matrix on a while back, and it does beg the argument about agenda. Yeah, I'm a firm believer. When you look through your window, that's reality. If you think you can be a top surgeon, go and spend the day with top surgeons. Pursue that. If you think you're going to be a bad man and live on the road, you only have to look out the window. Yes. You know, this is the picture that's painted now. So most children who leave home already dressed in balaclavas and hoodies. Yes. Imagine this, already dressed for the day, going to school in balaclavas and hoodies. Yes. What are you saying to them about, you know, what do they care about Brexit? They haven't got time for it. Most of the time in their life is spent in fear. So they're not actually thinking about the plans about Brexit. They're actually thinking about making it home.
And they're not thinking about the future.
No, they're thinking about making it home.
It's a bit like in Chicago, which they always say about Chicago is that the lifespan is so limited that they try to do so much now because chances are they're not going to make it. Yeah.
Is that what's going to happen here soon? I mean, the mentality is already there. I speak to some young people and they say, you know, what do you want to do when you're 25? And they're like, oh my God, 25? Yeah. And you think, you're 18 now. Yes. 25 is like, it just seems like such a long way to go.
So what about yourself in regards to politics? What do you encourage persons to get involved in the political system or create a new paradigm in politics?
I like to believe that I'm a politician. We're all our own politicians, because when you close your door, you're the prime minister of your house. Yes. So president. Yes. So you govern what happens in your house. Yes. I've never been, and that's one of the reasons I got in so much trouble, is because me and authority have never really worked. And so when somebody's trying to govern me, I have to question it. And it always leads me down a road where I said, I'm actually going to go with what I think. Right. And that was one of the reasons I was expelled from school so many times, because I was always going with, I feel better about doing it my way. Yes. But the thing, and this is what politics is, it's almost like sheep herding. Yes. And I don't buy into it. I don't buy into the whole sheep or the whole, you have to vote. Yeah, yeah. You know, because if we didn't vote, it would happen anyway.
Yeah, you know, another school of thought was saying that a few years ago when the MP for Croydon won, he was conservative. He won by 23 votes, and the narrative is that a Labour person could have won if the 100 out there would said, "Oh, my vote doesn't make a difference."
But then we've also seen the flip side of that, where the voting's got so close, and then all of a sudden phantom figures have come in from
everywhere else.
From everywhere else. Well, and I guess it kind of it depends on how you know, all that stuff is all a belief. Yes. If you believe it's going to help you, if you believe that by voting you're going to change the world, then by all means vote.
So therefore, it is a life journey, a life challenge that individuals have their own spheres of interest, if you can say that. You know? Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take another break, a final break with Paul McKenzie, Mr. McKenzie. I always have to make sure I clarify that. And then we're going to talk about business in the next and final round. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. And I've got Mr. McKenzie. Finally, I've got it. I keep saying Paul McKenzie, Mr. McKenzie, but I've got it this time. Mr. McKenzie. Paul, how are you, man?
Hey, I'm good.
Good. Listen, Paul, I was going to say you're a man of all flavors, but then I know you're going to start to, I'm a man of all flavors. Man of all flavors. You know, your videos travel in the spheres of social media in all quarters. You have a passion for business. Tell me about that, because you always say, we need to support our business, we need to support our people. And the first one I saw was with Sandra Brown of Zandy's, you know, Sandra Brown Pinnock. What's the passion behind that drive? Because you cross all avenues.
Yeah. My passion behind business is very simple, because, you know, business is a very fundamental business is fundamental. You know what I'm saying?
It is fundamental.
Right. You either have a good business or you have a bad business. That's the thing about business. And what happens with business is your profits tell you where you are. It's a time. It's a barometer. Is it a good business? This is why it fell on its face. Is it a good? It's a good business. This is why it's very successful. So my whole thing about business or black business is that the standards need to improve. And so I started by talking about the standards in black business, not necessarily it being a black business, but if you want to succeed in business, look at a business that's succeeding. Don't follow businesses
not succeeding.
That are not succeeding. So, for example, you know, I used to joke about the West Indian shops, and when you walk in there, it was like you could see those bales going. Furniture looks like they picked it up off the high road. Do you understand what I'm saying? Luminous green, who uses that? And so my whole thing is that you want to see what a successful business is, go and look at KFC. Go right to the top. Look at what they offer people. It's actually simpler than what you're providing now, because you're trying to create a business model that's unique to. Back to the example of West Indian food. However, you need to look at what successful businesses. Look at somebody who's now franchising hundreds of different branches across one country, and look at what their standards are. What is it that makes them able to franchise something out, knowing it's going to be successful? And why is it as black businesses, we have very few franchises? That's what's important. Not the fact that you have the word black business. Have good business.
And also, why do you have business that, what should I say, take over the idea of black business and are franchising?
But with those same businesses, do you think they go, let's take over this black business, or let's take over this potentially lucrative business?
Seeing a gap in the market.
And so they see the gap where we fail. They see the gap in the standard. Because everybody, you spend money, you want standard. You know, you get fed up of walking into a shop and going, oh, can I have, is that all you got? You want to walk in a shop and first of all, they greet you well. You feel as if the money that you spent is well spent. Because one of the things in marketing, and a lot of people don't understand in business, is there is a remorse factor. And most successful businesses cater for the remorse factor. They're not actually focused on you spending the initial money, because you can always bring it back. But when you bring that back, it wastes twice the amount of time. So they focus on working out, how is it I can make him feel that he's spent his money well? And that's what we need to do. Focus on how are you going to make me feel I spent that money well.
And you know, it's so funny you say that. I can't remember. It was a few weeks back. Came home and we said, let's go out to something. In Lewisham, there's nothing to go to. And there was nothing in Catford, so we went on to Greenwich. And we didn't know where to...
There's a gap.
There's a gap. We went on to Greenwich there. There's a gap. There's a gap. Went on to Greenwich there, and as we were walking, this guy just opened up the door. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I said, okay, right. It was a Mexican restaurant or so. You know, you welcome, welcome. And of course, it was my birthday actually. And we went there and they treated us well. My wife said, it's his birthday. Oh man, I got to give you something on the house.
Violins and cakes and everything.
Listen, Paul, I mean, that was service. Because the guy was looking for customers and he saw people walking, looking around. He saw it because he was interested, because he wanted to make money. But at the same time, he was caring. Cash makes you care, or whatever like that. You know. So therefore, it is really true what you're saying, that we need to step the game up.
When I say step the game up, I don't mean step. I mean leap the game up. Leap the game up. Whatever you thought that was going to be successful, if it's not based on a model of success, drop it. Find a model of success.
Yes.
You know the whole thing about motivation. You do so many talks. Is mirror and match.
Yes.
Find what works and mirror it.
Method of operation.
Yeah.
Follow the good pattern.
Follow the good pattern.
So tell me now, there is still this thing, this concept. A black business or a black-owned business. And there is the narrative which is going around in the community. We support black business. You commented and said, I support a good business, something to that extent, you know. You put a spanner in the works there, you know.
Made people think though, right?
Huh? Yeah, it was creating, it's sort of, because I put things out there and people say, why do you ask that question? I said, because I'm facilitating a discussion. You got to join or not.
And during that discussion, what actually transcends is that, hold on, are we really focusing on this word black too much and not on good? You know, if I owned a business, I would like somebody to call up and say, is this a good business?
Yeah.
And I say, it's a great business.
Yes.
And then put the phone down. When they turn up, they might go, oh my God, it's a black business. Or it's a black, but until you reach the business stage, why am I gonna label it a,
right?
You know, why do I feel if it's a great business that I need to say it's black owned or it's a black business? Why what other race does that? I'm asking this question.
No.
What other race does that?
No, I can't. I'm trying to think. That is why I'm thinking. I don't know if we have enough time for me to think it through.
Apart from going out and buying, you know, and this is stereotypical, you know, when people say I'm going out for an Indian, because actually the word Indian is a brand.
Yes.
So people don't realize Indian is a brand, and you know they call it as it is.
But then at the same time, I was thinking about this. If a black business is a business that caters to a black clientele, then that Asian shop who sells wigs to ladies is a black business. Some will say, no, it's an Asian business, but I said, but no, Asian goes in there to buy the hair.
So there goes that definition of black owned or black business, because you went there to buy your black products.
Yes.
And you went there, here's the kicker.
Yeah.
You went there because it's a good business.
Yeah, because you know you get a good deal.
So you went to a business that sells black products because it's a good business. Do you see where?
So do you think we are actually marginalizing ourselves, reducing the scope of more business by, is a tunnel vision to a certain extent? I
think go with whatever successful.
We don't go with the flow on the show.
No, I don't go with the flow. I never have. I don't go with the flow, and I'm never going to be sold the flow. Yeah, because the flow is for people that say yes.
Yes.
The minute you say no, it's like we had that whole thing about should we shop in Asian shops, and yet we still shop in Asian shops. The minute you say no, things change, but we're not prepared to say no. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We're not prepared as a people. We're not prepared to say no. I want a better standard.
Yes.
So whether it's a black-owned business or a black business, I want a better standard.
You want a better standard.
I'm spending money, which it's kind of greenish.
Yes.
Lots of different colors on it.
Yes.
You know, I've got lots of it in my pocket. I want to make sure I get a standard and quality for my money.
Yes.
You know, we as a people, as we rally around, when you highlight a business that's failing, a black business, we show action then and we turn it into a great business.
And I've seen some very good recent persons saying the business is not doing well or whatever like that. What we need, instead of asking for money, what they're saying, come and support.
Come and support. But the whole thing about support is that you can't marginalize who comes to support you.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, so you need to really widen it out and say, I got a good business.
I've got a great business.
Yes.
You know, if a campaign went up and it said, I've got a great business, this is the business, this is what we offer, it's failing because of this, people will get behind it because it's a good business.
And the most important thing is why. What is it about your business? What is it? Why did you want to do this? I always ask the question, why?
Why have you done that?
Yeah, why are you doing this business? What is the dream, the vision behind it? I want to make people's lives better. Yeah. And that's why I'm doing it.
Because this product enhances lives.
So tell me now, if we're going, sell the water to me. Sell the water.
Sell you this
sell
water.
Sell the water.
I mean,
why is that? Why is that water is the best business? And I sell my water.
You see, the thing about this water is it's transparent.
Yes.
But you need it. So I don't even have to really sell you this. I'd only have to sell you this if I dropped a couple of water food coloring.
Yes,
if I made it blue, I'd have to sell it to you.
Yes.
But because I know you need it.
Yes.
And at some point, the quality of that water will come into effect only if and when you are dehydrated or thirsty.
Yes.
That's the only way I can sell that to you. So we have people out there that are thirsty.
Yes.
And we're giving them poor water.
And what they want is clean,
what they want is clean,
transparent water.
Clean, transparent water that doesn't have to sell. It sells itself.
Simple.
It sells itself.
Simple.
There you go.
Simple.
That's good business.
That's good. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've got good business. And Paul, listen, before we go, give us that key word of wisdom, that mantra, those moments, those times when everything is going crazy. What drives you through?
Here it is.
And that is one out of many thousands, maybe.
Oh my God! This is the one that sticks with me. This is the one that I attach to every email, and people are reading. Oh my God! I don't want to read. Life is like this. Is it?
Yeah.
Right, here we go.
Yeah.
Life is either an adventure or nothing at all.
Life is
either an adventure or nothing at all.
And if you look at the camera, you say that to the people look in that person's eye.
This one here?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Life, and this is your life, is either an adventure or nothing at all. Your job is to live your life as an adventure. This is my advice, and this is what I tell everybody. Live your life as if it's an adventure.
Yes.
This is an adventure for me today.
Yes.
It's great.
Yes.
It's something new. It's not something I did yesterday.
Yes.
And that's how I live my life. Every day you're being blessed. You're being given a new breath.
A new zest for life.
New zest for life. Why would you be perpetuating the old?
And that explains when I send you the bio, which you sent me about a few weeks, maybe a couple of months ago. I said, Paul, has the bio need updating? And you said, I'm on an adventure. That's what you said to me. You sent an email to me. I'm on an adventure. I
haven't had time to do it.
I haven't time to do an
and that's it. If you've got a bio and that bio determines your life over the last, then something's not right. Your bio should be updating daily. People should have like novels that are like their bios is like read page 752. Yeah, not it's 2 pages. This is me. It's never going to be me.
Awesome.
Because every day I do something else.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you enjoyed this show, and there's lots of gems, lots of information in there. And, Paul, I want to thank you so much for coming today.
It has been a pleasure.
Yes, a pleasure, sir. Mr. McKenzie. Mr. McKenzie. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for joining. And there's a lot I could say about this show, but I'm going to make it very simple. And very simple. Life is an adventure. And you have heard the knife crime, the different issues, the community. The key and most important thing which I pick up and what you should pick up again, the narrative needs changing. If you see a video with kids, maybe killing or stabbing or whatever like that, that's just a few, because there are about 90% of others are doing well. Let's start to talk about those other 90%. Let's start to talk about those 90% other good black business as well. And also, let's talk about, is it a black business or is it a good business? Challenging, controversial, but I'm sure it will leave you thinking. And of course, remember to like, subscribe, and share the show. And to hear more about Paul and to know what he's doing, check us out on our website. And as well, you get more information about Paul, which will be posted also on the show just below. And remember, like, subscribe, and share. #SylBourneTV. Thank you very much. Hi, thanks for watching our video. If you like what you see, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and share and like, and don't forget to comment, but first subscribe.
My name's Paul McKenzie. I've just been on the SYLBOURNE Show. Please like and share and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Say my name, Papa said, on the microphone stand. Me drop up on the mic, so you know me at the dance.
Right.
Is that what you meant, James?